Man, Chris, what deal did you make to get these?
You know, just some guy from New Orleans on the corner of a street.
I don't trust these.
But you have to.
Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Hello everyone, my name is Rico.
My name is Chris.
And welcome to SneakerWeb. Today, I don't know what deal you made to get these, but these are some very special shoes.
So these are the Zion Williamson Jordan 1 Low OG
In
Voodoos.
Voodoo colorway.
So they're a little different.
They are hella different.
But they are full of materials. And Rico, why don't you go ahead and let us off with that?
Well, starting off with the bottom of the shoe, the greatest traction of all time, which is a segue to today's sponsor, Chris, which is that you guys can also have the best traction of all time with EDGESPRAY. Yes, EDGESPRAY is a company that makes traction in a bottle. We actually did a video on it if you guys want to check it out. Shameless plug all day. But this bottle rejuvenates your traction, it rehydrates it, so that way when you're playing on the court, you have the best rubber possible. Whether in dusty conditions or clean conditions, this is gonna work for you. We actually have an affiliate link with them. Thank you very much, EDGESPRAY. You actually get a discount on that, also with a SneakerWeb discount code. Make sure to check that out.
Yep, and if you guys don't wanna break your ankles, that's the way to go.
No broken ankles here, unless to your defenders, of course.
Yeah.
But back to the rest of the construction, we also have a EVA wedge inside this rubber cup sole, which of course is not the best cushion of all time. And the materials, Chris, I'm gonna let you take it away for that one.
So we have a bunch of different materials. We have hemp, we have suede, we have canvas. We have pretty much those three aside from a lot of cross stitching that goes along in this shoe.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
all of it.
Supposed to be reminiscent of a voodoo doll. So Zion Williamson, as you know, he plays in New Orleans for the Pelicans. So he did take some inspiration with the Zion 2s that he had, also with these as a collab with Nike.
Yep.
So this is a part of his line of his shoes. So we do get a lot of different materials on here, starting with the toe box. So you do get some nice suede on there with some crosses as well to represent, you know, obviously godly.
You know.
And on the frontal end, you do get a backward swoosh on the mudguard. And
Travis Scott-esque.
Yeah, like some Travis Scott vibes there, which is, in my opinion, I wish Nike would put more of the checks on the front of the mudguards. I think it does give it a nice touch. You do get a lot of canvas, lots and lots of canvas. So
very thick.
Yeah, super thick. You can see the stitch lining up front as well. So a lot of Voodoo references on this shoe. So we do get a lot of cross stitching where the check is, and also on the inside of the shoe, you do see a lot of stitching as well. Backwards,
the buttery suede when you slide your foot in.
Super. But you do get some upside down looks as well, you know, to represent the Voodoo style. So the Nike sign that's on the tongue, and then right on the back where the ball and wings are, you do get that upside down look as well. Now, we do see on both sides that there are skulls on the back to add insult to injury for the shoe. We do get that that Voodoo look, and you get one that's green and then one that's also another like brown beige colorway.
And stitched on with the button to add a bit of character to it.
Yeah, so this shoe, in my opinion, is really up my alley.
Isn't this your pick of the year?
This is for the AJ1 Low OGs, I feel like this is a super good pick of the year. This shoe, believe it or not, as the release came along, it became very sought after. So if you did hit on sneakers, you were very lucky to get these. I don't know what the stock numbers were, but as it got closer to the release, a lot more people did want to go after these, in my opinion, and it's well warranted. You get really good quality materials. You have that light gum outsole. You do get the cream sole right there. Super clean, super buttery, and obviously, as you guys can see, they do have rope laces on here.
Yes, and this is a very nice touch. Not only do you get the gray laces on here, but also, which came with them originally, right, was the white laces.
Yes.
So if you want to contrast them, you know, left and right, or if you just want one solid on both of them, you have a choice of that. But I really wish that Nike would do this more often, especially with their casual sneakers. I feel like they can push the boundaries casual-wise. So, and there's many different lace options. They actually have lace websites just for you to buy different lace designs. But I wish that Nike would do this just so we don't have to go looking for them. But since they did, this is a very nice touch and adds to the entire aesthetic of the shoe, which I very much appreciate.
Yeah, I do very much like the color blocking on this. I feel like it's very solid. You do get hints of grays, you get some light browns, you get dark browns, you get greens. And I feel like the only thing that I feel like Nike messed up on with this shoe was the fact that they did not release these on Halloween. So if
yeah, I do see it, but I think that this also fits the kind of harvest tradition as well.
I agree. It does have a nice fall feel to it, which is why I don't really hit them too hard about it. But seeing as though that we got a dunk, you know, a cracked leather dunk for Halloween, that didn't really, in my opinion, didn't really match up like the mummies did.
Right, but not only that, but we're also still in a pandemic. We also have, you know, issues with shortages and materials and pushback dates and all that.
Right, and I think majority of this shoe is more my speed. I do very much like that the color itself is very reminiscent to color blockings that I usually wear on an everyday basis. I do love browns, I do love, you know, greens and more like foresty colors, so I think this is really up my alley. And I can't, as much as I love a icy sole, I very much do like gum bottom soles as well. And I do think Nike should push more boundaries with more of the AJ1 lows. You know, when you get the Chinese New Year's or you get, you know, certain collabs that really shows what Nike can do, even if it is a limited release or even if they can't put as many out. I do appreciate these subtle hints that they're able to do with a classic silhouette. So I think these are pretty dope.
Now, real quick, I will state that the insole is just a cheap Ortholite with a very nice print, mind you, on it, but the cushion, in my opinion, if you want to upgrade, I would recommend looking elsewhere for a insole of some sort.
But I can't complain. I give these, in my opinion, a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Usually, depending on what AJ1 low OG you know, style that they're using or what color blocking that they are, I'm very like privy to whatever they're doing. But I feel like with this specific shoe, the amount of materials, the stitching is clean. It's very easy for the stitching to be bad on these, but they actually did a very good job making it super clean and adding as much detail as they can. And you can tell that they took their time with this specific design. So I can't go wrong with that. What's your rating for these?
My personal rating was going to be a 9.5 to agree with you, but because this is not an OG, mind you, even though they label it as an OG, it's going to be knocked down as an 8 for me because...
Wow, that's a big drop.
It is, but you know, 80% still passing. You still did a good job. I like the design elements and I like all that, but Nike, give me the OG. If you're gonna call it the OG, give me the OG. I'm gonna stress this until I'm, you know, red in the forehead. So
I feel like, so that gives us about an average score of a 9.
Yeah.
So I think for this shoe overall, I think that tells pretty well as far as this goes.
Make sure to check out our Instagram to see that cool pic.
Yeah, it's pretty, I did do a graphic on this for that.
So we'll be posting with this video.
Yeah, so you will get the official rating for this on there. But I do feel like Nike continue pushing boundaries, continue to make, you know, more shoes like these.
Continue to do this.
Yeah, I think it works out well, and you see the reception from other people. Now, to talk about resale real quick, if you are gonna go after these shoes, you're gonna pay a pretty penny for these. I'm not gonna lie. These are probably running, if you look at StockX.
These are borderline Travis Scott hype.
Yeah, like, well, I wouldn't say that because price range. Because Travis Scott's
like certain Travis Scotts. I'm not saying all of them. That's why I said borderline. It's not quite there. It's, you know, just under it in my opinion.
Because like when I think of Travis Scott, I think of like a $1,400 like sneaker, like as resale.
Yeah, you know.
But like, I get what you're saying though with the hype and you know what people want and stuff like that. Now, if we're looking at it from a price standpoint, in my opinion, it's not $1,400, but it still is a pretty penny, you know, about $320 average.
That's about 1 week's paycheck, you know.
Yeah, for some people yeah, that's about 1 week's paycheck. I do also think that because it's holiday time, you're gonna see these go up more.
It's unfortunate.
It is, and the stock numbers weren't high for these, so you're not really getting the amount that you're looking for.
Yeah.
But if you are somebody that is willing to pay that amount and you are willing to see I guess, the design overall, and you want these
especially
in hand.
up close. The materials, I can't do these justice on camera.
And also, if you want to add it to your collection, then I don't see why not. You know?
Exactly.
But
I know that you're expanding your OG collection.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was very serious about these OG low releases, and this is just one of those shoes that I feel like is necessary to be added to the collection.
Absolutely. And that takes care of everything and our thoughts on the AJ1 Zion Williams in the Voodoo colorway. That's a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, you know, if you love AJ1s and if you love this style blocking, especially for the fall, maybe go into the winter time if it's suitable for that. But yeah, Nike knocked it out of the park with this one, and this is what I expect from that company.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. And again, special shout out to today's sponsor, which is EDGESPRAY. Make sure you guys check out that link in the description. And with that being said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Really helps us out a lot. And swing by next time to see what else is on SneakerWeb.
All right, guys, and remember, wear your shoes and keep on trekking. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Later.